What's up, athlete? I am Stephanie Jackson, and I'm your agent of truth. So today we've been dismantling pride. So Peter tells us in 1 Peter 5 to humble ourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God. So God won't position himself as an enemy against us. What does this humility look like? Does it look like, being quiet? When you see a quiet athlete who doesn't say much, people automatically assume that athlete is humble. When we see an athlete who is boisterous and just very confident, we call that person prideful and arrogant. But a lot of times that couldn't be further from the truth. Pride is very quiet. Pride is very sneaky. It manifests itself in keeping to yourself, like we said earlier, and not asking for help from anybody. So that very quiet athlete could be full of pride. You just don't know it right now. And that very loud, boisterous athlete could be the most humble thing out there. You look at like Deion Sanders. Everybody talks about how arrogant and proud he is because he's confident. But at the same time, he talks openly about, the mistakes he's made, how he had to humble himself and all those things. So you just can't really be on the outside looking in and saying somebody's proud or somebody's humble. So what does humility actually look like? In the next verse of 1 Peter 5, verse 7, Peter says this, that we humble ourselves by casting all our cares on God, for God cares for us. So to cast our cares on God means that in the Amplified, I love how it says all your worries, all anxieties, all concerns, you roll them over on God. Anything that could cause worry or anxiety or concern, literally everything. Jesus goes so far as to say, don't even give thought to what you're going to wear tomorrow or what you're going to eat. Your Father who is in heaven, if he takes care of the lilies of the field and the birds of the air, how much more you? So being humble is not an outward show. Being humble is literally you being able to, yes, acknowledge the great gifts God has placed inside of you, but also it comes in you giving those gifts back to God and all those concerns back to God. It's you not taking it upon yourself to think that you make a better God than God and you're going to try to handle this thing for yourself. Don't do it. Just humble yourself. Adversity exposes both pride and humility. What does that look like? Well, when you have a disagreement with a teammate or, a coach, I was having disagreements with everybody. Do you humble yourself and go and apologize and actually say, hey, this was my fault, or this is where I was at fault, or this is how I felt? How do you communicate that? Or do you just simply go and blame that other person and hold on to the pride that you think is yours, but is really from the enemy, just to protect it and protect your own public face? How you handle adversity will then let you know whether you are full of humility or full of pride. You really want to know if you're a proud person or a humble person? Get into conflict with somebody, let adversity hit, and then see how you react. Remember, tune in to Kingdom Sports every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, okay? We are not done with pride. Go to the next video.